You wake up, you go to work, you do your day, and then when you're laying down to sleep, you're feeling anxious, depressed, shameful, guilty, apathetic. Stop me if this sounds like you. Join me while I do my workout because I don't have a lot of time today, and I am going to tell you why giving 100% at everything you do is not all it's cracked up to be. So, I want to talk about something called spoon theory. I'll put a little infographic up on the screen so that you know what I'm talking about, but I'll also try to explain it a little bit. So, spoon theory is a term that often the chronically ill or disabled populace uses in order to describe how much energy something requires of them in order to get it done. In spoon theory, there is a set amount of spoons that you start the day with. I don't know what the general pitched one is, but for the sake of this, we're going to say 20. So you start out the day with 20 spoons. And then everything you do throughout your day, I need a heavier weight, I'm getting strong. Oh, let's try 20s. So then, everything you do throughout the day uses a certain amount of spoons. Nope. Ha. So those spoons, let's say brushing your teeth takes 2, or cooking dinner takes 5. Or, you get the idea, work takes 10, different things take different levels of spoons. Now, spoon theory is all good if that's what you want to use, but I want to take you on a different journey where we use percentages. So I'm going to put up a little pie chart or something, hopefully when I'm editing this so it'll make sense. And at the beginning of the day, for the sake of this, we're going to say that everybody starts with 100%. So we're going to break up the workday into a 24-hour period on one pie chart. And I should be putting that up on the screen now. So let's say that work takes up 50% of your day. So if work takes up 50% of your day, then the other 50% is going to be taken up by, one big chunk is sleep. That's 30%. So 50 plus 30 is 80, which leaves you 20% to do the rest of the stuff that you need to get done for the day. That's time. So a lot of people have the mentality of put 100% into everything you do. Give it your all. Do everything you can at all times. And honestly, that's one way to look at it, but I think that's a fairly toxic mindset. And that comes into something else I want to touch on, which is all or nothing thinking. Now, all or nothing thinking is when something has to be this, all of it, or it has to be that, none of it. Oftentimes, people will look at a giant pile of dishes and say, oh my gosh, that's too many, I can't do all of that. And then they don't do any of it. So, those people tend to limit themselves with that belief that it has to be everything or nothing. And that's not true, as you can see for most people. So I feel like give it your all, give it 100% at all times is very all or nothing thinking, or at least feeds into some people's all or nothing thinking, because if you can't give 100%, why are you going to bother trying at all? I'm gonna do the floor because we're gonna do some abs. So, I realize it's a great concept to give everything 100% of everything you have, but it's not realistic. So I already did the pie chart of how your day's broken up, 50% work, 30% sleep, 20% for the rest of it. So, the next pie chart I want to set up is going to be percentage of what you're putting into what goes on through your day. So if you put 100% of everything you have into your workday, then you get home and put 100% into doing dishes. Then you get home and put 100% into, I don't know, hanging out with your kids, writing a book, reading a book, I don't know. Whatever you spend your time doing, then somehow, at the end of the day, you've spent 300%, or 4, or 5. And I don't know if you can do math. I'm not super good at it. But even I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because you can't really have more than 100% of what you have. So, if you give 100% to work, technically, you have nothing left to give once you get out of work. Right? So, my second pie chart here is going to be a different way to look at giving everything 100%. Because obviously, if you start every day with 100%, then you only have 100% left to give. Like that's your maximum. 100% is your max for the day. So let's say, instead of telling yourself, I'm gonna give it 100% at work today. I'm gonna give it 100% at my workout. I'm gonna give it 100% spending time with my kids. It's just, the math don't math, okay? So, I want you to consider what you would want to put the most effort into. If it's work, that's fine. If it's raising your kids, that's fine. If it's cleaning your house, that's fine. It doesn't have to look the same every day. But you have to keep in mind, you only have 100% for the whole day. So, if you only have 100% for the whole day, you have to break it up. I personally like to give 30% or less to work, because that leaves me with 70% for the rest of the day minus sleep. So, oh gosh, I can't math. So 40% for the rest of the day. That leaves me with 40%. And 40% is a pretty good number for me because I also like to do my workout. I like to get my chores done. I've been trying to make a YouTube channel. And I try to do something creative every day as best I can. Oh my gosh. So, because I leave myself 40%, I'm not good at exercising, I'm just moving my body. Because I leave myself 40%, I have room to do all of those creative things and workouts and videos that I like doing. Now, if you're one of those people who gives 100% to work, it's no wonder you get home and just doom scroll, because you're at 0 for the day. Now, I'm gonna get in your face. I want this perspective. I want you to look at this perspective as a new way to live your life. I want you to consider that you can't put 100% of what you have into everything, right? So if you can't put 100% of everything you have into everything, you have to piece it out. Now, spoon theory makes it sound like things take something from you, which is my main critique in spoon theory. That's Clarence. And instead, if you look at it like percentages, this is what you want to give to that thing. So instead of it taking something from you, you are giving something to it. And in cognitive behavioral therapy, you have to change your thought process. So just switching from this is going to take this energy to I am going to give this energy, game changer. At the end of the day, it's all about how you talk to yourself. That's what it's about. So next time you find yourself saying, I'm gonna put 100% into this, stop and consider. Is that where you want all of yourself to go that day? If you're one of those people who gives 100% to everything, all that you do, and you end up doom scrolling and sad and apathetic and depressed at the end of the day, and sleep feels like a chore, it's no wonder you can't implement change into your life. How the hell are you gonna fit reading 10 pages into your day if you've already spent 100% of your effort on work? How are you going to start, getting swole or anything if you're already spent? You are a person. You are a human being. There's animal in us. There's more emotion in here than logic, and people act like that's not true. But it is. It's the way you have to think about it in order to change the way that you act, in order to change how much time you have in a day. I want to touch on one more thing before I finish this video. I want to change location for a second. I know I'm not working out super hard, I got distracted, but I'm gonna really get at it when we're done talking here. So give me a sec. Gonna get up in your face for a second, because this will go somewhere, I promise. So my last point of this video is, if you're not giving 100% energy to everything, and yet you still find yourself doom scrolling, one excuse you might be making to yourself is, I don't have the time. Now, I want to do a little experiment with you to show you just how much time you have in the day, even though you say you don't have time. And I want you to think of this every time you consider adding something into your life that you explain away, oh, I don't have time for it. You have time. So, if you want to join me, you need a nice sturdy wall. You need a timer. Set it to 30 seconds. Now, you're gonna get propped up real nice here. You're gonna go into an almost squat halfway down the wall, and you're gonna start your timer. And you're gonna tell me that this 30 seconds doesn't feel like the longest 30 seconds of your life. Because this sucks. And if you feel like you don't have the time for something, do this and say, wow, 30 seconds is a really long time. Maybe I can read one page of a book tonight. Maybe I can do one doodle. Maybe I can do anything. Oh, thank God. Ugh. So just stuff to think about. A new perspective. That was 20 minutes of my workout, kind of. I'm gonna do 10, 15 more minutes, and well, thanks for joining me. Sorry if this was weird. You know what? I don't care. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I've never seen a video like this, so it probably won't get views. I don't care. If no one watches it, cool. It made me feel good to share and do a little bit of muscle work. All right. Catch you on the next one. Enjoy your journey.